Hello everyone, I welcome you all for this video lecture 3 on Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. In the previous lecture, we were discussing about the example of productivity. So here, a company produces 160 kg of plastic molded parts of acceptable quality by consuming 200 kg of raw materials for a particular period. For the next period, the output is doubled, that is 320 kg, by consuming 420 kg of raw material. 160 kg of plastic molded parts are produced, 200 kg of raw materials used. Similarly, output is doubled and input is increased. So for the third period, the output is increased by 400 kg by consuming 400 kg of raw materials. So that has been summarized here. During first year, so productivity is 160 kg divided by 200 kg, that is 80%. So we know the definition of productivity, that is output to the inputs. So for respective year, the productivity is calculated here. For first year it is 80%, for second year it is 76%, and for third year it is 100%. So if you observe here, output is increased, so input is increased, but the productivity has been changing. So why and where it is more? So if you observe here, the productivity as compared to first year, in second year it is increased or decreased? It is decreased, though product output is increased. So because it shows mathematically, it has consumed little more inputs as compared to increase in output. But as compared to first year and third year, here we increased the output by 150%. That means by 150 times. So here change is observed as with respect to inputs also. So in the next slide, the conclusion has been made. So from the mathematics, we observed here for the second year, though production has doubled, productivity has decreased from 80% to 76%. This is in comparison to first year. For third year, the production is increased by 150% and corresponding productivity is increased from 80% to 100%. So this has been the conclusion. Now let us move to the next article, that is factors influencing the productivity. So there are various factors that affect the productivity. Productivity is nothing but we usually summarize the two quantities only, outputs and inputs. So if we look at the inputs and its factors affecting, as well as the factors which affect on the outputs as well. So basically these factors are divided into two types: controllable factors, that is internal factors, and uncontrollable factors, that is external factors. So controllable factors are within the control of an organization, that is product design, plant and machineries, the technology it uses, the material, raw material it uses, and other things. Human factors, human resource, work methods, management style, and financial status of the organization. But there are few uncontrollable factors as well, that is external factors, which are not in the control of an organization, that is structural adjustments, natural resources, availability of natural resources, quality, then government policies. As governments change, policies may change. If the country wise, if we say country to countries, the industrial policies are changed. Next comes the infrastructure availability and development of infrastructure and sociological factors. This is important because customer demand is not in the hands of an organization. Now let us discuss these controllable factors one by one. Now first factor is the product. A product or product design can be simplified by eliminating some of its parts which are unnecessary. So it is also obvious that material can be saved, but it may not be needed. So therefore we can reduce the equipment, tooling, labor cost to make the required product. Also, failure analysis can bring out many product design changes to improve the productivity. To some extent, product meets the output requirement, and product is judged by its usefulness. As we know that the designer is successful when the product meets the customer requirements, and customer should be happy while using it. So the product design is important factor which influences the productivity. Now next is the plant and equipment. So availability of machineries in the plant is very important. This plays a very important role in enhancing the productivity. Then its maintenance schedule, that is proper maintenance, and reducing the idle time, that has the major impact on the production process. So if the production process is continuous going on, and if any of the machines goes under maintenance, that can incur a big loss. So once the product is designed, then how it is made offers the next opportunity for productivity improvement. So use of computers, CNCs, then advanced inventory control parts, proper maintenance schedule, it has an impact on the production system. So it is essential for productivity improvement that proper maintenance and reduction of idle times. Now next comes the technology. So use of technology is not uniform in all the organizations. The industry which uses the latest technology and innovative technology, it has better output, and it increases therefore the productivity. So use of CNCs, automation, information technology, it helps to achieve improvement in material, storage, communication systems, and quality control. So better the technology use in an organization, productivity will be more. So next one is the material and energy. So every industry takes the efforts to reduce materials and energy consumption. Ultimately, if you reduce the material and energy consumption, it will have more impact on improvement in the productivity, as we are using the less inputs. We are reducing the materials and energy, that means we are reducing overall inputs. So output will be same, so and input is reduced, that means productivity increases. So other factors are here: selection of quality of material, and that material should be the right one, right quality, right quantity. The control of wastages and scrap, the effective inventory control, that is stock control, and development of sources and supply. So these are the things which are to be given weightage while selecting material and energy sources. Next, let us see the human factors. So human factors and productivity have a major connection. Productivity depends upon human competence and skill, ability to work effectively. So the trained and experienced worker can do the same job in a much shorter time and with far greater effectiveness than the new one. So therefore, education, training, experience, aptitude of the employees, it affects the productivity, because it has that impact on the production as well as the quality of the product. So motivation of employees will also influence the productivity. However, even the well-trained employees must be motivated to be productive, right? That means motivation of employees will influence the productivity. Next, the management style. As we know that many times we observe there the conflict between the management and the workers. So this has the influence on organizational design, communication and organization, policy and procedure as well. So last one is the work method. So improving the work method will have impact on the productivity. more the advanced methods, more will be the productivity. So assume that the volume of product is to be doubled. The number of direct workers would have been doubled, and a few indirect workers might also be needed. But if there are the few advanced methods, so human factors required will be less in such a situation. Now let us move towards the productivity improvement techniques. So if we want to improve the productivity, what are the techniques available there? In previous slides we discussed what are the factors that affect the productivity. Now let us here discuss the various productivity improvement techniques. These are product based, technology based, material based, employee based and task based. So let us discuss one by one. So technology based, that means the use of computers in the manufacturing or production. So computers have been playing vital role in the production and software management. So CAD refers to the design of product, process or system with the help of computers. So it has an impact of CAD on human productivity. So speed of evaluation and feedback increases. So it reduces the risk of functioning, and also it reduces the errors. Now let us see again the advantages of CAM, computer aided manufacturing. So it is helpful in production planning and controlling, capacity requirement planning, MRP2 and MRP1, that is material requirement planning MRP1 and manufacturing resource planning MRP2. So these are again characteristics of technology based improvement technique: automatic line balancing, machine loading, scheduling and sequencing, automatic inventory control and inspection, robotics, laser technology, modern maintenance techniques, energy based techniques. So employee based, if we come across the employee based improvement techniques of productivity, financial and non-financial incentives play an important role at individual level as well as group level. So employee promotion has major impact because it motivates the employees to work more, job design, job rotation. These are again two important techniques here. Then workers' participation in the decision making is also important. Then use of quality circles, small group activities and personal development. These help for increasing the productivity indirectly. So in the material based improvement techniques, material planning and control is important. Purchasing of right product, delivery at right time, its transportation, source of selection and waste elimination. They play an important role for improving the productivity. Now next let us see the process based. That means methods of engineering and work simplification have major impact again on productivity, job design, job evaluation, job safety and human factor engineering, that is ergonomics. It also plays an important role. Now product based value analysis, value engineering, again these tools are important for waste elimination. Then product diversification, this is again one more tool. Reliability engineering, product mix and product promotion. These tools directly and indirectly help for increasing the output. So if you look at the management based factors, it has direct impact on production in connection with the workers, management style, communication in the organization, work culture, motivation, promoting group activity, etc. Now we are coming here at the last slide of this lecture. So work study and method study. The overall process is summarized as work study, and then it is divided into method study and work measurement. Once we devise a standard method for doing any job, this is as per Gilbreth, and then we can measure and standardize the time. So it will increase the productivity ultimately. So thank you. I stop here in this lecture.